Welcome. Welcome to First Stream Podcast. I'm Sid. I'm one of the hosts you got today. We got a nice little show for you there, a little mix up of what we want to show you guys. We got a couple brackets that we want to show you guys in honor of March Madness. We're going to break that out toward the end of the show. It's kind of a surprise. Pig will be here. He's running a little bit late, but he will be here to watch the show. But I want you guys to, tune in with us, watch us, see what's going on. Get ready for this first segment. This first segment is off the chain. I want everybody to participate because trust me, when it starts, you're going to understand what we're talking about and everybody going to have something to say because you know what? We know different now. But for right now, welcome to First Stream Podcast.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all got to go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace them up, it's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Lace them up, it's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Imagine talking sports, having fun with the fans. At a starting lineup, First String is what you have. An entertaining stream with the Pro Bowl cast. When the viewers chime in, they gon' answer what you ask. Representing for the Queens, yeah, we got Lady A. A super knowledgeable woman who can break down any play. Said from the South, so he rep GA. The Falcons, the Bulldogs, the whole Peach State. Drunk Uncle Al, only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gon' be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in. Like, subscribe, recommend to a friend. Nah, for real, like, subscribe, and recommend this to a friend. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the First String Podcast Show.
Oh, my bad. Hey, what's going on again? Hey, I'm Cedric. Right now, I'm captain of the ship until, the captain decided to show up. He'll be here. He has something to take care of, but he's going to be here shortly. He running a little late, but hey, we're going to do what we got to do while we're here. So now, I'm here. Let me bring in the rest of the cast we have right now. We have an interesting show tonight. For those who haven't watched us, you're going to find out some of what we do. We like to talk football. That's our number one talking football, but we do talk other sports as well. But right now, we're going to talk football. So, with that being said, we finna bring in the sunshine, the ticket taker, the ticket pass out, the FedEx lady herself, the one and only Lady A.
Well, hello.
What's going on, Lady A? How we doing?
I'm good. I see you were partying a little bit.
How you know? Hey, you feel it. Sometimes you feel it a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes you feel that First String Podcast theme music,
For sure. That's what we like to do. That's what we like to do. All right. Also, for this segment, we're going to bring in one of our guests that always shows up. He's always in the chat. He's always talking football with us. Every now and then he comes on and throw a couple of picks in there. They're not always right, but hey, you can't be 100% all the time.
Shade.
He has a huge following, though. He has a huge following, and we thank him for giving us his time. Good thing is, his spouse is a Georgia Bulldog fan. Welcome, John Graves.
I have arrived. I have arrived. You said lower your tone. Talking about my picks. Don't worry about my picks. Hey, I pick winners because I picked y'all. How's that? I pick winners because I picked y'all.
There you go. Thank you.
Is that what you're gonna go with?
Yeah, you know what I'm
saying? Okay.
I got my wife to change her last name, so hey.
It is what it is.
I see
Hey,
Corey
you
already.
go ahead and tell her to call down there, and if she got to, get Bobo out on some ice, she know what to do. Ice skates.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were fine. The budget, it ain't in the budget, man. So
See,
You didn't hit it like that.
Look, John stayed quiet. Sid, you all by yourself on that island.
I gotta go to Vegas. I ain't got it. I ain't got it right now. I ain't got it.
All right, for sure. I feel you on that one. Out, wait a minute. We also have another one of our steady eddies. He comes in, he comments. You know, he'll watch the fan, of course. But hey, you know, you can't have 100% winners all the time.
That's not that actually that is a winner. Washington are winners.
Hey, but you know, we enjoy him. We enjoy him in the chat. He brings spice to us. He wants to join this discussion we had today because again, this is an interesting discussion. People don't realize it yet, but it's an interesting discussion. Our man, the Fancy Show, aka Cuzzo.
Hey, Cuzzo.
What's good, people? How y'all doing? Yeah, I heard that little last shot. I had to flex out real quick for you, said. Let you know the champion's here.
Tell it, man. Tell it.
If I could, I would have had the rings to go with it right there to show you.
Hey, we tried. Hey, said on nothing about rings, okay? They've been to the mountain.
But honestly, real talk.
Been to the mountaintop, but they ain't come back with the 10 Commandments. They ain't got nothing.
No.
Real talk. Yeah, I'm blessed. Thank you guys for having me on the show. I've been a fan for a while. So I appreciate this opportunity, guys. You just don't know. Said I love your leaking oil.
Thank you.
So some of the things you doing leaking oil, I got to get ready for. You got to brace yourself.
I'm here only because of the Bum Bibli. That's the only reason I'm here.
You don't want to get fined, huh?
Can I take a second and just address somebody in the chat?
Oh, here we go.
We ain't follically challenged. The only reason we shave our head to try to let you catch up, Corey. I don't get chances still. When we ain't follically challenged, all right, we just don't need hair to make up the difference.
Throwing all the shade. He calls me shady though, right?
I'm saying it's fine. Give him a fine right now.
And like you said, we're gonna move over to who got in shape. We got Mike Young, who seems to be the first one in the chat. Mike Young.
Yeah, Mike Young.
It says, hey, it says good evening, you know, hey, Lady A, hey, okay. And then we got in our resident hater himself. Every now and then he's on here. On the Warpath, aka Sanchez. You can check him out on one of Warpath. But today, you know, he bringing everybody with us over here. He want to jump in and throw his little 2 cents in. Ain't gonna mean nothing, but he gonna throw 2 cents in there. You know, he said, y'all talking basketball tonight. We might get around to it. We might get around to it. What do you say? Shady 8 enters the chat.
That's what I'm saying. He calls me shady, but he the shadiest one.
We got Garage like he commented in the chat before he came on, John. What do you say right here? Great evening, family.
Hey, Woody, left hand up.
Yeah, we getting down there. 2 brothers up here. I actually have hair. I actually do have hair.
I shaved like 20 minutes ago.
But I mean, I go ahead and this is easier this way.
See,
it's much easier, much manageable. Anyway,
because I'm magnificent, Corey.
And then we'll say, you say spring forward, y'all. Yep. For sure. Yep. What do you say? Where y'all find Roland Martin? Wow, you had 100 a day, boy. You shooting.
Man, he is on point today.
Shooting everybody. Corey, go sit down somewhere.
And last but not least, Diane Paul, the Colors of Conversation LLC.
Oh, look good.
Welcome everyone.
That's my stepmother. Hey, Ma, how you doing?
Oh, hey, how you doing? How are you?
So this first segment. Okay. Pick and he says it's gonna be a little bit late.
Okay.
So you know we're not gonna worry about that right now. They coming in late. Both of them coming in late. And we was trying to stall this out so we can get them into this right here, because the thing is we're doing a randomizing. What we're going to do is for those in the chat, so you can start working on, you can pull it up and take a look at it. What we're going to do is we were looking at the 2020 draft, NFL draft. That's what we were looking at.
Right. The
2020 NFL draft. We said that, okay, what we want to do is we were going to go back and redraft the 2020 draft with the players, you know, that were drafted in that round, you know, and if they would fit somewhere else. The thing about it is, we know most everyone on this podcast right now at this current time are Redskins. I want to say Redskins.
You can say that. You can say
the Commander fans. So we had to spice it up. So what do? We randomize the draft order.
They trying to break us up, y'all.
That's what they do. That's it.
Break us up. We can't be a team.
I'm gonna give you a quick example. From the randomizer I got earlier today, I picked number 2, which means every 6 picks I'll pick again. So he said, so that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna give you guys a chance to pull up the 2020 draft, look at what we got going on there, and then see. Did he tell you what number you were, John? He told you what number you were, John, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 2. What number you, John?
I'm number 1, of course.
Anyway, so John was 1 and 2.
Did he say without me?
Yeah, I'm 6. Cuzzo 5.
Cuzzo's 5.
Yeah.
So that means
3 and 4.
3 and 4, which was the 2 people that's not here. They're 3 and 4. One of them should be pretty close right now. He said he get about this.
Somebody say so. If we do the draft now, they just get the kicker and the defense automatically, right? They don't get nobody else. We start off with the kicker and defense.
Let me pick for Dallas.
You said that you pick for Dallas.
I mean, we do the draft right, so if they're not here, they automatically get kicker and the defense play a first round.
Me and Joe were already talking. I know he's not gonna pick who they picked.
Look, I told Pick earlier, and I've said this before, but my dream job in actuality is to be the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. I know that Jerry Jones is actually, but I would love to be the head coach or general manager. I would dismantle their organization from within.
Wow.
By the time I'm done, they wouldn't even be allowed to wear their team colors anymore. I would destroy their finances. I cry when I think about the possibilities. Oh.
And
well, Jerry's doing that for you. I mean, look, just give him a few more. I'll just give him a few more years. And he's doing it for you. Unless you want to speed up the process.
I would sign Jerry Jones up for life extension therapy because I want him to live forever. Get more senile every day, but just keep on living. So he can't. Stephen Jones, I check him. He might have sense, so I check him into an asylum. I'm telling you, I dismantle them. They'd be horrible. And I love it.
Do you really want to put Jerry in an asylum? He will turn into the Hugh Hefner mansion. You know that.
I put his son in the asylum, Steven. We got to get him going. I don't want him talking to his daddy. I want Jerry to be a loose cannon without any dang restraint. Everything he say, Jerry, that's a good idea, man. So I never get fired about Jerry. You know what, man? I believe that's a good idea. Yeah, glory hole, do it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What? You want punishment?
What? I'm saying what he said.
See, we say go to the room, but you're already there. So I mean,
I'm fine for
Jerry. Jerry, man, you a genius. I don't know how you picking these players, but I think you should double down. Matter of fact, I think you should trade up for some draft picks.
Wow.
Wow.
That's wild. That's wild right there. That's absolutely out the chain. That is crazy.
You telling me you wouldn't do the same thing to like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Saints or something said if you had a chance to control if you control their organization?
Well, I think since I do them Carolina.
Well, Carolina doing it.
I know what he
doing it themselves already. There he is. Look at
somebody else pick.
I'm here. Celebrate. Celebrate, Al. I'm here.
He made it just in time.
Hey, Al.
Hello, you get 3 or 4 Al.
Now reality.
Hello, everyone. How everyone doing, man? Good to see y'all, man.
We're good. We're wonderful.
What's going on, Al?
Oh, man, like I said, man, it's beating that beltway up, man. I'm all right now, though. I'm off that road.
Ooh.
There you go. We talked him up because we were talking about his team. He just showed up. You see how he just showed up?
Listen, I've gotten several compliments from the Cowboys today, all throughout my day.
Really? From who?
I'm not sure compliments is what we were doing, but we did mention them.
Well, I'm sure it was coming on time off. It wasn't no compliments, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I was at the Maryland game, with my son, and he had the CeeDee Lamb jersey on, and several people made mention of how good of a player he was, and Dallas get that man some help. I couldn't do nothing but agree.
Right.
So, you don't say.
I see how this night gonna go already. So.
Hey, forewarned is forearmed.
Get your popcorn ready, Al. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one. Well, you know what? Look, we're gonna. Hey, you know what pick you was? You were 3 or 4.
I don't remember. I mean, look, where's pick 2? Where he at?
He had to take care of something. He said he should be here. He told me he was gonna be here.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off anyway, because this is a lot of picks.
I was number 4.
4, yes.
Okay, so pick is number 3. Okay.
Yeah. So
then cool. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this off. We're gonna start. We can have discussions about anything that's going on as we do it here.
Okay.
So with that being said, with the first pick in the 2020 draft, John.
Where's my music? I want the,
you know what?
Where? They're not in the budget tonight. Okay. Okay. So the first pick in the 2020 draft was the Cincinnati Bengals, and they picked Joe Burrow.
They did.
To be honest with you, man. I mean, it's hard to change. It's hard to improve on that because not only did he take Cincinnati to the Super Bowl the following year, but he carried that team last season. He was, in my opinion, the only reason they had a chance to do anything. And I feel like he would have had a much better rookie season if he hadn't got injured. And coincidentally, we injured him, you know. So to me, I mean, I wouldn't change. I literally would not change a thing. I think drafting, they got their franchise quarterback and changed their team with that pick. So I'm leaving Joe Burrow right there. I think that's perfect for them.
I can agree with that. And I think we were all yelling at the time after they drafted Joe Burrow. You need to fix the offensive line. Yeah. Everybody in America knew you got to fix the offensive line, fix the offensive line, fix the offensive line. But it's just like they was like, nah, we're not doing it this year.
Then he got hurt, and they're like, oh, you know what? We changed our mind. Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
So we all. What about you, lady? You in agreement with that, Joe Burrow?
Yeah. Cody Burrow, yeah, definitely.
That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad.
Okay. You two, Al, you agree, Al?
Yeah, I can go with that.
Okay, that's cool. Then we'll move on. We'll move on to the second pick of the first round.
Who had that pick, Sid?
Which falls in the lap of me.
Who had that pick, Sid? You know,
which goes. That's me. It's the Washington Football Commanders.
2020 though. What team had that pick?
He just said that.
Washington got that was their pick.
I want to hear, man. I like hearing
that. The second pick was the Commanders.
The difference is.
Here we go,
I would have done something good for the Washington Commanders. I wouldn't have changed young fan and Ohio State person. That's just me. They saw something they said they saw. I didn't see it. Hey, it is what it is. But who I thought they should have picked was Grant Delpit, safety from LSU. He has been a monster in the middle for Indianapolis.
Okay.
I mean, for Cleveland. Even if I say Indianapolis from Cleveland, they got the pick from Indianapolis. He has been a monster. Okay. He has proven his worth even on a bad team. A bad team. He's proven his worth. And I think that he would. Yeah, that's what I said. Say that too, Sanchez. You're not running nothing. It's my pick. You stay in the chat. This is my pick. If my pick says,
"Oh, that little core."
Yeah, that's core. I would have taken Delpit. He's a cornerback. He's a guy who has solidified what he's done. He had been hurt. He's played. He's produced. Unlike the guy y'all drafted. The guy y'all drafted. Yeah. They yeah.
Sid, I'm gonna say something on that. It makes sense with this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because during that year, we was garbage on the deep throw in defense. Mm-hmm. We needed somebody either some type of ball hawk or somebody to if you catch this, you're gonna remember this number. Mm-hmm. Washington needed somebody like that because basically we were winning games, but we will also blow those games because you had players to where I think fantasy football wise, Washington was the top team for any wide receiver. If you had a wide receiver playing in fantasy football against Washington, you're averaging at least 20 to at least 30 points with one of those wide receivers. So to get a draft pick like that, yes.
Who was your quarterback in 2020?
Dwayne Haskins.
I want to say it was still Kirk Cousins.
Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins. Okay.
Oh,
And keep in mind that we had a really good draft the year before. That's when the year before we drafted Terry. And then Dwayne came in with Terry, right, John?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we had some pieces on offense already, but I do believe that, people say, oh no, that's not true. I personally believe that Chase was drafted because of local ties as well.
Yes.
We did. I mean, when you're drafting at 2 and you don't pick a quarterback, people are looking at you funny. A lot of people were saying, "Hey,
I disagree with you on that one.
well,
This is a dominant defensive player. This is a dominant defensive player. Those who usually go number one, a dominant defensive lineman or a quarterback.
Right. But was he as dominant as a number 2?
Chase had stats. Chase looked the part. We didn't know he was up here, not the part, but Chase looked the part.
But what I will say though, Al, I remember the conversation on his health came up because of previous injury. So with that said, does that keep him at a number 2? Because in the long run, now that we know what we know,
that's like 2020.
should we? And literally, we talking about 2020. So hindsight is definitely 2020. So
that's why we're doing it now. Yeah.
Should we have gone with someone who is known to be injury prone?
Okay.
And I don't think that was a good choice. I understand why they made the choice at the time. I understood that they were hopeful of his performance, but he wasn't long term for the team.
But in Washington fashion, it's something about this area that curses kids from this area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Played for this area, and I think Chase kind of fell into that.
He did.
I think if Chase goes to another team, another area, he has a better career. I won't say it's a Hall of Fame career, but I think this area, I saw Chase more around Upper Marlboro and in Bowie than I saw him on the screen and TV.
That's true.
He was around here. He was
right. And it's hard to be focused when you're in your hometown.
Yes.
But with that said, soon as he went over to San Francisco, he actually had some pretty good games. Immediately. So
now I will say this. With Chase Young being a Buckeye and me seeing him play those years, he was a leader.
Yeah.
When he was in Ohio State, he was a leader.
Right.
So I can understand why the Commanders would pick somebody like that, because you want, again, with Wild Culture, we needed leaders. We needed leaders in the locker room. Okay. So with Chase Young being picked, I do believe that they thought he would bring more of that leadership. He would bring that leadership to the team, bring some type of that coach.
Oh, you froze, Scott.
You froze up.
So, I swear I paid the bill. Seriously.
Go ahead, Jonathan. You had something to say?
I disagree. Okay, so the first thing is, I think that we had Cam Curl that year.
Yeah.
Okay, and Cam Curl was very productive for us as a safety, but that's not why I wouldn't have picked a safety. That year, Ron Rivera got allowed Trent Williams to leave.
Yeah.
So we lost a generational talent.
Yes.
He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer at left tackle at the same time that we had a rookie. Well, he's not a rookie, but he was a second-year quarterback, going to have a lot of pressure on him. It was Dwayne Haskins. We should have had somebody in to protect him on the offensive line. And Ron never built up our offensive line to protect any of the quarterbacks that we got, right? I would have picked either Mekhi Becton or Jedrick Willis. Jedrick Willis he was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team in 2020. And remember also, that was the COVID year, so they didn't even have any fans in attendance watching, right?
Right.
So he went to the PFWA All Rookie team. The Browns just renewed his. They just picked up his 5th-year option on in May 2023. He did get injured, but nevertheless, the point is, he's productive for them. Mekhi Becton went to the Jets, and that's where he kind of struggled. He was an offensive tackle. He kind of struggled. I think John Matsko might have been able to turn him into something, but nevertheless, he's with the Eagles now. He moved to guard, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. I think John Matsko would have either fixed his problems or would have moved him to guard sooner, and we would have got something productive on the offensive line, which is what we needed. We would have avoided Trey Turner and whatever that other dude's name was, and all those other people. Remember the guy who was bowling the ball? They rolled the ball to Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
We needed offensive line help that year, especially with the developmental. I won't say Dwayne was developmental, but he would have done better if he hadn't had a line collapsing around him every 5 minutes.
Correct.
And we just lost Trent Williams. There's no excuse for not replacing that in some way.
You got to remember who was making the decision. It was a defensive-minded person. Who really
now I'm making a decision. I'm saying you wrong. Bring somebody from the offensive line. But it said pick, but that's what I would have done. I would have brought in somebody on the offensive line because we had a quarterback.
All right.
You had a quarterback, right?
So the third pick, it actually belongs to Pick. He's running a little bit late, but he texted me who you would take. This pick belongs to Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions picked Jeff Okudah, Ohio State cornerback. He's since been moved. He moved to I think he's on the 3rd team now. He stayed hurt at Detroit. Pick said if it were him, he would have picked Tristan Wirfs instead of taking Jeff Okudah.
Yeah.
Tristan Wirfs is the offensive tackle for Tampa, isn't it? I think it's Tampa.
Yeah.
And it's Tampa. And he's proved that he was worth the pick wherever he was picked at in the draft, because he has come in and he has solidified that line, and he has a ring. So I mean, what can I say?
He's been a consensus All-Pro candidate.
Right.
Yes. Probably the best offensive lineman in that draft. If I'm looking over the names that I'm looking at, probably the best, definitely best offensive tackle in that draft.
He did not allow a single sack in 2024.
Yeah.
That says it all right there.
Yep, right there.
Yeah. So with the 4th pick belongs to Alvin, right?
Yeah.
Alvin. The 4th
Don't
pick,
mess them up.
you have the New York Giants at the 4th pick. They pick Andrew Thomas from University of Georgia. What would you have taken number 4?
Now, let me say this about that. The New York Giants 4 or 5 years ago was still a bad team. And whenever you're trying to build a bad team, I think I always know, they always say you build from the trenches. You got to get them hoes.
Yes.
Them hoes out and get the hacking.
This man
got to get them trenches.
Well,
So I understand.
Did you hear what he said?
I said get them hoes.
He making it rain. He making it rain.
Fine.
But so I understand this pick for the offense, for the New York Giants, of strengthening the offensive line, because that was a weakness for them. They got a bulldog. So I know Sid had to be happy about that.
Yeah.
So I think they got the wrong bulldog. Because that pick, Andrew Thomas, did not work out very well for them. But I can't fault.
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah.
So I can't fault them for this pick. I would have went worse, but Andrew Thomas probably was rated higher on a lot of guys' boards. So I can't fault them for this pick. So I would have definitely went offensive lineman as well, probably.
Understood.
Okay. Gotcha.
But who was their quarterback in 2020? Was it still it wasn't
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it was still
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it was Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he was still there.
Yep.
So then as we move on,
He just got there really good too. He hadn't been there long. He was like about his 2nd year in, right?
And they had Saquon, so they needed somebody to.
They needed offensive line. Their offensive line.
Yeah.
He got what happened to Andrew Thomas was he got leg whipped. He got leg whipped by one of his own linemen on mistake, and his knee was bad for the rest of that year. And he still, from time to time, you can see he still has a problem with that knee out there. I think matter of fact, I think last year I think he got hit on again last year. I think he's wearing a brace now.
Okay.
And the struggle's real for him.
Yeah.
Now, as we move on, the number 5 pick in 2020 draft, the Miami Dolphins selected Tua Tagovailoa from the University of Alabama. This pick belongs to you, Cuzzo. What would you have done different?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm picking Jalen Hurts.
Ooh, you definitely raising.
And this is why. I'm gonna pick Jalen Hurts, not because what he's doing now, but you got to remember everything Tua learned. He learned it from him. And then on top of that, I think the best way I can explain, he can take a hit.
But Cuzzo, you do know that Tua Tagovailoa replaced Jalen Hurts and made him transfer.
Yeah.
So you gonna
I understand that. But on top of that, he made him transfer. But he transferred to Oklahoma.
But they benched him. A national title quarterback in the running. Benched him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Let's not forget now. The same thing happened. They benched Tua Tagovailoa and brought Jalen Hurts back in, and he saved the game. Just what happened to happen against us.
So yeah, I'm switching the quarterbacks. I'm going Jalen Hurts other than Tua Tagovailoa because at that time I just felt as though he was having a little bit more issues in Alabama. It was a lot of questions, especially at the end of that run where there was a lot of he was injured. He wasn't finishing strong.
Right,
but he was injured too.
Hurts was still being looked at for a Heisman. He was still a Heisman running, and on top of that, they were still playoff bound, I believe.
And didn't Tua have a hip situation going on part of that season? He missed a good part.
Yeah. So I would say for the Dolphins, I'm going with Hurts. I think honestly with Hurts, they would have had a championship. It'd be between them and Mahomes. I said it.
No,
I said it.
See,
put a stamp on it.
See, we was going
with the number 5 pick.
At that last spot.
No, that was number 5. We were the number 6 now with the late age pick.
In your defense, Cuzzo, one thing I'll say about Jalen Hurts that he's shown with the Eagles, he's shown an ability to still be productive even with multiple offensive schemes. And so with the Dolphins, he would have had, if you just think about it, if nothing else changed, he would have had multiple coaches, multiple offensive schemes, and I think he would have still been all right. So he wouldn't have push, but he'd still be a mobile quarterback. He'd still be able to, I don't know if he'd been as obviously. I don't think he would have been as successful as he has been because of where he went. But I think he's one of those quarterbacks that no matter what offensive scheme he's been in, he's been able to still be productive. So I think that's actually a solid pick.
I agree. I do agree.
I appreciate it, but I do disagree a little bit for the simple fact that you now have this. Think about it. He had Odell Beckham, he had Tyreek Hill, and he had Jalen Waddle. Mm-hmm. Now, just think, if Jalen Hurts has that type of weapons.
Oh, I agree with you. That would have been a better pick for Miami. I think Jalen Hurts would have succeeded. I was just being devil's advocate from the point of at the time of drafting, Tua was rated higher. But in 2020, as we're in, I think Jalen Miami would be in a much better situation.
Yeah,
with drafting Jalen Hurts as opposed to.
Now I got to go off the record with this.
Go ahead,
Al. I'm sorry. You go ahead. You go ahead.
No, the only reason why I don't think he would have been as successful is because the Dolphins have never had a line as good as Phillies. And with that line, he's been able to. I mean, before Saquon got there, they went to the Super Bowl. Okay, so a lot of that was because he was able to be productive and had a line that was dominant. So,
well, you also remember he had some moments where their line wasn't exactly where it should have been, and they went to the Super Bowl. And this man was running all over the field. He was carrying the team on his back. Even without the line that they have now, they didn't get that line until the following year after the Super Bowl. So I do think that going to Miami would have been beneficial. to his career, just like, but he's one of those people, I think, that you can put him in a lot of different situations and he's able to adapt. And so that's why I think that,
now, he can't throw a deep ball. I don't care what nobody says.
But he's going to adapt.
Let's move on to the number 6 pick. That's Lady A.
Yep. So we have the Chargers at number 6, and they selected Justin Herbert, who definitely was considered a good pick for them at the time.
He's staying right where he was.
Right. I feel that Justin Herbert was a great pick. In hindsight, he was a great pick for them. He did help improve the team. There's only one quarterback that I would have even considered in hindsight, and we just named him. So since Cuzzo has put him in Miami, I'll just stick with Justin Herbert.
That's our first 6 picks. Sid, can you run down the picks for me real fast from 1 to 6 for me?
Picks. Right. Write it down.
You can't run it down?
I ain't writing those down.
You ain't write them down? All right. So I'm assuming Joe Burrow stayed at number 1.
Joe Burrow stayed at 1.
Yeah.
Number 2
was at number 2 with
Grant.
I agree. Grant Delpit at number 2 at Washington. You picked Tristan Wirfs. Number 3 for Jeff Okudah. Number 4, Andrew Thomas stayed the same. Number 5, we had a discussion about Tua Tagovailoa.
Right.
And then switched to Jalen.
It switched to Jalen, and then I got number 6. Hurts. All right, Justin Hurts. All right, John, you're up.
All right, so Carolina Panthers picked 7th. They picked Derek Brown. Honestly, it's hard to argue with his production. He was named to that PFWA All-Rookie team that year. He recorded his first 2 career sacks against Aaron Rodgers in Week 15 against the Packers. In 2022, he got an interception on Jameis Winston when the Panthers beat I guess it was the Buccaneers, and he did get extended last year and then got hurt in Week 1. But in my opinion, he's been productive for Carolina, and I wouldn't change anything.
All right, not changing a thing. So at the number 8 pick, Sid, you're up.
I lost my spot here. Hold on. At the number 8 pick, the Arizona Cardinals selected Isaiah Simmons from Auburn. No, I'm missing not from Auburn, from Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Clemson players were selected out there. I don't know what they was thinking about, but hey, it is what it is. But as I checked their squad, what they needed on their squad was a running back. I looked at the running backs who they had in the squad at the time. So I would give the Arizona Cardinals DeAndre Swift, University of Georgia, the running back. He was a better fit because Isaiah Simmons, he didn't produce in okay, I'm trying to think of the games he played. But right now, I think he's on the New York Giants right now, if I remember correctly. He played in Arizona for 3 years. He had 1 year. He had 1 year where he went over 100 tackles. So he really struggled in that system. And I think he only got 50 tackles with the Giants the last time he was on there. And at that point, he's already gone from the league. That's the last time he recorded any stats was in 2023 with New York Giants. So I would change that. I would assign that pick to DeAndre Swift at running back. Hold on, I had the depth chart pulled up for who was on the roster at that time. It done moved. I had to go back to it. I had the roster pulled up. It was 2 running backs on there that neither one of them had done anything at the time. So
gotcha. All right, so that brings us to the number 9 pick, which would be the Jacksonville Jaguars. They chose C.J. Henderson out of the University of Florida. He's a cornerback. I'm going to ask a quick question here. Is Trevor Lawrence already on this squad? I think he comes the year after this, right?
Yeah, up to 2 years later. Yeah.
He comes the year after this, and I do believe at this point in time their offensive line was not nearly in as good a shape because they did wind up with the early pick, right, in order to pick Trevor Lawrence. So I'm going to try to straighten up this line and have whatever quarterback is there survive a little bit more. So I'm going to actually go with Mekhi Becton here at the number 9 pick. I'm taking Mekhi Becton. And if I find out that he's not a tackle, then we do what we got to do and try to move him inside a draft another tackle. But I'm taking Mekhi Becton.
I agree with that. 100%.
Move him up a couple. That's good.
Yep. Moving them up a couple. So, Al, you're up.
Yeah, Cleveland. Another team. I keep getting these teams that just need everything.
Oh yeah, but just wait. We wait till you get to your next pick. Wait till you see who you got there.
I'll come back to that in the second pick. Like I said, I understand the pick. You always, when in doubt, build from the interior. I get it. But I'm going to make a trade. I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to throw a little thing. You always need a great playmaker. So I think Cleveland should have grabbed Justin Jefferson.
He's not even in this draft. Hold on, wait.
He is.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, God.
Pick 22.
I
That's
know
right.
what I'm doing, Pick.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, Pick Tooth. I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson to Cleveland to get them a playmaker in that division and give that young quarterback some help, because you can never not give you always help your quarterback by getting him a great playmaker, and he was the best playmaker in this draft.
Okay. All right. Cuzzo.
So y'all gonna give me the Gotham City Jets?
Yeah.
That's the way the draft falls.
I got the Gotham City Giants. What you want me to do, man?
I'm trying to think, because I think at the time they still had Sam, right?
They have Baker or Sam, yeah.
I
I think this is Baker's last year there.
But the Jets?
I'm sorry, not Baker, but
Bradford, right?
yeah, butt fumble.
Yeah, they took Mekhi Becton, but he ain't available now.
He's not available. He's gone.
Yeah.
Him gone.
I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to think who's their running back then.
For who?
Because honestly, this was the same draft that hey, what's his name? It was right at the top of my head. Running back for the Colts now. Play for Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor, yeah. That would be my pick.
Okay.
Because they definitely needed a running game.
Okay.
Because like I said, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So that brings us to the number 12 pick, and that's going to be Lady A.
Yeah. So at number 12, the Raiders. They chose Henry Ruggs, who at the time they chose him because of his speed. Keep in mind, he was developing as a route runner, but it was really his speed the reason why they picked him. He stayed there.
He's still working on that speed, though, just not in the football field.
Yeah, he had speed.
He was there for 2 years.
In jail.
He was there for 2 years. He got a DUI, got arrested. He's in transitional housing, I believe now. So that did not pan out not in truth, not just because of his personal life. He did, I want to say he had like a concussion issue prior to, so that was a factor that people were concerned about as well. Instead of Henry Ruggs, there was one particular person that was up for topic of conversation as far as Henry got chosen over, and everybody was kind of shocked. And someone on this panel is going to be angry with me, but I'm going to go ahead and choose CeeDee Lamb at the number 12 slot for the Raiders.
I knew he wasn't going to be there. I told Sid and John earlier today. I said CeeDee Lamb will not be there at the number 17 pick.
I'm
Not at all. And I do think that he would have done amazing in Vegas.
He's been amazing in the silver and blue.
Okay, and he could do better in black.
Outstanding.
Silver and black.
Outstanding
Looks like
work by you.
we're back. We're back to our number 13 pick. So that's you, John.
All right, so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Tristan Wirfs. He's obviously not available now because you picked him.
Yep.
So I would say that they still needed somebody. This guy would not match the level of production that Tristan Wirfs had, but I'm going to go ahead and put Jedrick Wills there for the reasons I said earlier. That he's very productive. He did get injured in 2023 after the Browns picked up his fifth-year option, but he was the first offensive lineman to win the Pepsi NFL Rookie of the Week award because he helped the Browns offense gain 231 rushing yards and a touchdown over the Texans in 2020. And he actually ended up being put on the reserve COVID list by the Browns in December of that year. But basically, I would have just put him in a different situation, put him in Tampa Bay, and see if he was able to make things shake down there. Because I looked at some other offensive linemen from this draft, and I mean, Andrew Thomas, you talked about, you mentioned like what happened with him. Sadiq Charles came out. Was in that draft. That dude's injury prone. I'm saying if it ain't Andrew Thomas, then I'm gonna go with Jedrick Wills because I think Tampa Bay still needed somebody on the offensive line.
Here we go. We're going to San Francisco now. I do believe this is via trade, but San Francisco chose here. So Sid, you're on the clock for San Fran.
It was via trade. They chose they traded the pick Jonathan Kinlaw out of South Carolina. Don't know why, don't know what they saw, but hey.
He's a specimen.
He's a specimen. The stats don't show that he's a specimen.
You right about that. He's more of a spectacle.
The stats don't lie. So that being said, since I don't like the San Francisco 49ers, why not just give another guy who was a no-show in the league? Let me get him Marlon Davidson, defensive tackle, Auburn.
Are you serious? Said you
shade is real. The shade is real.
He's gonna throw their whole pick away. Huh?
Shade is
gonna be fired. We should be fired.
What?
Right
what?
Say it. What? Say it. You fired. You gonna get fired. You are not.
I'm about to say that ain't fine. That's a pink slip, ain't it?
Let's talk about Kinlaw. You want to talk about Kinlaw? Let's talk about Kinlaw. Okay, come on, go. Check it out.
I'm just saying. Say it. Listen.
First year.
We 5 years.
I'm finna shoot it at you.
We 5 years later. Say it.
Hey.
We 5 years later. Give us.
Hey, I took care of y'all. I gave y'all the much needed safety.
Okay.
I did.
But we need an offensive line.
Okay. So that being said, Kinlaw in his first year with it was Tampa Bay's pick originally. They traded with Tampa Bay. He had a fully guaranteed contract. Pick $8 million is not going to do the sound like your rookies. His guaranteed contract was fully $15.48 million guaranteed, $8.8 million signing bonus. That's what Kinlaw got.
Y'all see what I just added to the thing?
Get a screenshot of Kinlaw.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just look at my man's face while you talking about it. Please, just put.
You look crazy. You like somebody
you like, hey, what you say?
John, I knew you
Why is this dude like he about to say you eat your cornbread?
Somebody mention my name.
It is what it is. So he recorded his first year in the league. He had 1.5 sacks. First year in the league. Second year in the league, he got hurt. Third year in the league, he got hurt. Fourth year in the league, they declined his 5th-year option on this guy. He now plays for the New York Jets. Now, since we talk about that right there, in 2020, he had a sack and a half. None in 2021, none in 2022. He had 3.5 sacks in 2023. They got rid of him.
Well, we're not asking you to give a
But I'm just saying the stats don't lie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
I got that part.
The stats don't lie. All I did was replace one. You know what? Just in case they watch the show, replace one guy with another guy. I don't need no smoke. I replace one guy with another guy. I don't need no smoke.
All right, you watch the First String Podcast. What we're doing today is we are redrafting the 2020 draft class of the NFL. All right, they say it takes 5 years to find out what these people really are. So far, we are on pick number 15, and the Denver Broncos selected Jerry Jeudy. All right, they need wide receiver help. Jerry Jeudy is doing really well for them, but I'm gonna step it up a notch. Okay. I'm going to take a different wide receiver at the same position. This person went number 1 in the second round to the Cincinnati Bengals. Y'all know who I'm talking about right now. I'm selecting T. Higgins. I'm selecting T. Higgins for the Denver Broncos.
Okay. Number 16 is very easy for me, man. Atlanta needed cornerback help. And they got the best cornerback in the draft. The Terry McLaurin stopper. AJ Terrell. Officer, I ain't do nothing. I don't want to go. I don't want to go home right now. The Terry McLaurin
shade, honey.
AJ
you know he had help. You know he had help.
Get my face off this windshield, officer. Get my face
off. Or did he have safety help?
Damn.
Oh, he was hitting that ball. He was knocking that thing out the air, man. Terry McLaurin looking around.
Yeah, he's bracketed.
I can't see the ball no more. Because AJ Terrell put a blackout.
Hey,
AJ Terrell stays there. Great pick for the Atlanta Falcons. A Pro Bowl corner. 5 years later, maybe second, and has been first team All Pro, if I'm not correct, or second team. At least 2 of the last 3 years.
Hey, Al.
You know, I hope you believe that.
We'll see what AJ Terrell is this year.
Go watch the game.
When they play,
I saw what I saw.
You saw brackets. That's
you saw what you wanted to see. It's all right.
They said in my line. Was he, man? Did you anybody see Terry McLaurin?
Nope.
That was APB put out for that. That was a milk cart. That was a milk cart, man.
I saw him get 1,000 yards again. And who was?
I'm about to say he didn't do too much for the fact that Terry got 1,000 yards every season now.
I did. He just didn't do nothing in that game.
And
talking about that game.
He just ain't do nothing in the Atlanta game. He might have got 1,000 yards.
He did him a favor. He's like, look, I already got my 1,000 yards. I'm gonna let you look good. Just for the
after that game.
How did you throw it in the ball that game?
All I'm saying to you is after that game, I saw everybody around the area with T-shirts with Terry McLaurin on them talking about we miss Terry. Because they didn't know where he was. They had T-shirts on at a funeral.
Terry was slowing down, and everybody knows that except Al. But that's
Terry was slowing. AJ Terrell put the clamps on him. That's all I'm saying.
All right, listen.
I hope you.
Let's see how tripped up Al is on
Jerry trades for him. I hope Jerry trades for him and put him on the Cowboys.
Let's see what happens here at number 17. Come on, Cuzzo. You're drafting for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, and I took their players. So sorry.
Do the wrong thing, Cuzzo. Do the wrong thing.
I'm so sorry. I took.
Hold on.
Oh, Cuzzo, you froze. Soon as you
make some nominations.
Oh man.
I think they need Sadiq Charles.
With that being said, I'll go ahead and select for Cuzzo.
Hold on.
Oh, he dropped out.
No, I got it.
Hey, Claypool's still out there.
Just relax, reset. Hold on. Listen, hey, we're excited. We got the Dallas Cowboys on the clock right now. We're waiting for Cuzzo to bounce back in.
So we didn't need wide receiver help.
Huh?
You said the Cowboys on the clock.
Yeah. The Cowboys on the clock.
My suggestion is Sam Sloman.
I'm too far ahead. I was looking at my next pick. My bad.
Sam Sloman, place kicker.
That's why y'all two over this side.
5'8", 205, coming out of Miami.
And right there. That's why y'all right there together, because y'all just haters.
He's a small kicker with a big leg. That's what y'all need.
Talking about is a hater.
Small kicker with a big leg. That's what y'all need. I'd like to nominate Sam Sloman.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Calm down real fast.
Oh, I think Cuzzo
with a big leg.
All right.
Cuzzo back.
That's what you said.
He back?
Yeah.
That's what his draft grade said.
Hey, Cuzzo.
There we go. Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry. I swear I paid my bill this month. It automatically it was paid.
They ain't believe
That's because I'm in Ohio, man. As soon as I say go blue, they shut everything down.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
I just
no.
Okay.
So Al, I'm gonna do you a favor.
Please.
I'm gonna be legit with this.
Right.
So if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, Zeke is falling from his prime.
Okay.
We're gonna need a new running back. Now I'm going by the draft, and I would actually pick up I'm picking up Clyde Edwards-Helaire because I need to make sure that I have a running back when Zeke is gone.
I understand
Yeah.
that.
Rob
I
that man
don't
in
like
his Super
that pick,
Bowl.
but I understand.
Rob that man in Super Bowls.
You don't like the pick because it ain't CD Lamb. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. See, we didn't need CD Lamb. We only went about to get CD
CD Lamb is gone, yeah. CD Lamb is gone. I think I did something. I still got Dez Bryant.
But hold on, you
got a quarterback or somebody
You
else.
say you didn't need CD Lamb.
CD
I
Lamb.
know we can hear you when you say this kind of stuff, right?
A wide receiver wasn't big on our need chart. CD became a great player for us through that draft pick.
Right. So we're looking at it in hindsight, right?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Why he gave us Helaire. Helaire has been trash. You ain't doing me no favor, cuz
Lower your tone. That dude's a Super Bowl champion twice. Was it three times? Two times Super Bowl champion?
What that got? He got 12 yards total with both games.
I bet he ain't run that far to get his ring.
And he got a touchdown.
He ran all the way to the ring. Both times.
Well, like I said, we're going by 2020. Now, CHE at the time was considered was a good wide receiver. I mean, a good running back. Now, on top of that, Zeke is not doing the best. I mean, let's call it what it is. Zeke was slipping, and on top of that, you got contract disputes at this time with Zeke.
True. Hold on.
So one, go ahead.
You still had Cam Akers on the board. You still got J.K. Dobbins on the board.
You got a lot of people to help me.
You got a lot of good running backs on the board. You got A.J. Dillon on the board.
I mean, you need a kicker now.
You got some really good running backs still on the board, and then you could always look in round 3 and 4 for a good running back if you don't like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But I understand where you're coming from when you selected a running back for them. But you still got some valuable running backs in this draft on the board. If you wanted to give them a running back,
we needed defense today. That year we needed. Everybody thought we was gonna get one of them defensive players. I forgot his name. I'm tell you exactly.
I'm gonna tell you who's still on the board. I can't wait to grab up.
CD wasn't supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wasn't. All right, Lady A, you're up.
All right, so
Miami Dolphins
selected Austin Jackson from USC, offensive tackle. Pretty much, he wasn't that bad. I want to say he was a 5-star at the time. Was he? Was he a 5-star?
No, this is no longer college. This is the NFL.
No. I'm talking about in college. I'm saying I understand the selection for Mr. Jackson from USC. Now there are a couple other offensive tackles that were considered. I think they were already gone. Jedrick Wills, I think you guys kept him at 10, right? Wills.
No, Wills.
No, you had Cleveland.
He's 13. Jedrick is now Tampa Bay.
I took Justin Jefferson at 10.
Okay, so I'll just switch him out. I mean, Austin, don't get me wrong. Austin is not bad. He's still with Miami, but I do think that Jedrick Wills would be a better selection.
He good though. He went 13.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He went 13.
He's still on the board.
Tristan Wirfs is still, isn't he? Didn't he go?
You say Tristan Wirfs?
No, you said Jedrick Wills? What'd you say?
Jedrick. She said Jedrick Wills.
Jedrick, yeah.
I thought we just put him at 13.
No.
Yes.
No, that was Sanford. That was Sanford. What did you just say?
Okay, so then I'll take Tristan.
13 was
Tristan went early. Tristan went number 3.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
So I replaced him with Jedrick Wills.
Okay, so everybody else that I would have selected is gone. So yeah, he can stay right there.
Okay. John, back on you.
All right. So
we are at the number 19 pick.
19.
The Vegas Raiders.
Well, they're still
Los Angeles Raiders.
Whatever Raiders they were. All right. So originally they took Damon Arnett. He is currently playing for the Houston Roughnecks in the UFL. So that should say it all. So instead, I was gonna pick Jalen Hurts, but he is not available, and so I'm gonna pick Tua Tagovailoa. John Gruden was still the coach at the time. He was a coach until the next year. I think that Tua would have done well under John Gruden. He certainly, to me, would have done better than the quarterback they had. I mean, he might have come in and been a backup because Derek Carr was still their quarterback. But I think Tua would have done well to be able to develop under Derek Carr. And be honest with you, he might have beat him out. So I'm picking Tua Tagovailoa for the Oakland Raiders. I mean, for the wherever they were Raiders at the time.
All right. Tua Tagovailoa still makes it in the first round. Goes from the East Coast to the West Coast. All right, Sid, you're up.
Hold on. Oh, with the 20th pick in the 2020 draft. Who is that?
Jacksonville.
No, I'm trying to see something. Okay, Jacksonville selected Clavon Chason, outside linebacker, LSU. He struggled in the league. He didn't get to. He didn't. The game never slowed down for him, and then he started to get hurt at the same time. So when the game doesn't slow down and you start to get hurt, you get pushed to the side. Let's be realistic. That's as simple as what happens. So what I would have done, I mean, they end up getting the linebacker they needed later on from the Atlanta Falcons, who led the league in tackles, but that's neither here nor there. We're not gonna get on that right now because But anyway, so that being said, I'm gonna do something that I don't think very many people realize this right here. I'm going with Mr. Irrelevant. Give me Tate Crowder to replace Chason with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Why you say? The guy who was the last pick in the draft led their team in tackles and linebacker. And then somewhere along, the head coach, they changed head coach, he felt the head coach, and the head coach he got rid of everybody he didn't like. He did. Let's be real. We all know he did. And he did not catch on again and produce the way he produced in New York. The last team he was with was the Tennessee Titans. I think now he's playing with the Birmingham Stallions or something like that in the UFL. Got a chance. But he fit their scheme perfectly. Perfectly. But the Giants got a head coach. If he don't like it, he don't like it. I don't care how he produce. I don't.
All right.
So
okay. So up next with the 21st pick is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Who says pick? Who was that?
Tate Crowder, University of Georgia, linebacker.
Hey, that's UFL champion Tate Crowder.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
just won. They just won the UFL championship.
Hey, get a champ wherever you can get it at.
That's right.
The Philadelphia Eagles selected Jalen Reagor with this pick, the 21st pick. I'm going to go in a different direction. Reagor was out of TCU, didn't pan out for them. It was one of those picks that Howie Roseman wished he would have had back. I've been robbing Peter and paying Paul this whole draft, so I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to give Philadelphia a safety. I'm going to give him Antoine Winfield Jr.
God, you peanut picking that toothpick.
Wow.
I should have moved up in the draft.
Hold on, we can trade up.
No.
But no, pick. Who did you say?
Antoine Winfield.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
The second round, man.
Second rounder, yep.
Yeah. We can trade up. This is my idea.
No, I did not say we can trade up.
We didn't do that part. We don't have no trades.
There's no trades. We're going just like it is right here. But yeah. It's not a mock draft. This is a redraft of the 2025 draft. The 2020 draft. We're doing.
Now that we know what we know.
Yeah, now that we know what we know, we're doing a redraft of the 2020 draft. So we're almost at the end of it. Let's put this out here right now. let's put this out here right now. I don't know if Say it put it out already, but I'm gonna put it out. It's March Madness time, right? It's March Madness time, and pretty soon y'all gonna be doing y'all brackets and all that stuff. Well, we have a different spin on March Madness that we bring into y'all starting on Tuesday. All right, so the committee's gonna meet after the show, and we have a March Madness sports movie bracket that we're going to do. All right. So any sports movie that you guys can think of, we're going to throw them into. We're not doing 64. We're doing 32 movies, and we may have a couple of honorable mentions. It may be a play in here or two. The committee has to meet. But we're doing a March Madness sports movie bracket. So name all of your good sports movies, and you guys are going to decide the best movie, the best sports movie of all time. 32 sports movies we're going to bring you guys. Starting on Tuesday, we'll put that bracket out. We'll go through the first round. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Let's get back to the
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this with love. We all know the program is going to be the number one.
Oh.
That's so
cool. Come on now. We all know the program is going to be number one. And I dare either not nail one of y'all not sitting there repeating lines from the program in your head right now.
Tell you right now, because you know how these brackets will go. The program might be I don't know. Think about.
I don't know.
The program might not make the final four.
Look, I bet you said this in the back saying something like I was mad. Like, I remember you got my sister pregnant.
Oh, that's the line that you first thought of? Okay.
Don't drop me. I'm worth $1 million.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hey, any given Sunday. Any given Sunday.
How about this? I'm about to say, football's a game of
inches.
Football's a game. There you go. That's any given Sunday.
Football's a game of inches. Y'all better know.
And it's all sports. There's all sports, cousin.
Also known as Jamie.
So I mean, there's no crying in baseball.
You gotta remember the Titans, baby. We got a lot of stuff in there, man.
I'm telling you, remember the Titans? It's one of those. Yeah, it's heartfelt. With our game, one of those heartfelt. But I'm telling you now, when one of y'all, when y'all watch the program, y'all not repeating lines.
Hold on, wait. We got a couple more. Hey, hold on. Save that. Save it. We got a couple of more picks to go through.
Right.
Let's get through these picks, and then we can do this at the end, right?
Okay.
But yes, get ready for this March Madness sports movie bracket. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be great.
Minnesota got Justin Jefferson. Since I sent him earlier in this to Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think they still need some wide receiver help. And they also need quarterback help.
Mm-hmm.
He's still out there. The other one's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave Say's favorite guy there. No, that's not Say's favorite guy.
Oh.
I was about to mess. That's not. I'm on the wrong team. Say, I'm about to give you Michael Pittman. I'm gonna leave Michael Pittman there. I'm going deep. I'm going for one of the better deep. I'm going quarterback. Give me Jordan Love.
Okay.
Oh yeah! What a steal! In the division too. In the division.
Well, let me ask you. Can I ask a question though? Do you think Jordan Love would be what he is now if he had not had time to develop behind?
He still may have time to develop in Minnesota.
Good question. Good question.
Yeah, but how long did Kirk stay in Minnesota? I don't know.
3 years.
Kirk wasn't there yet, right?
Yeah, a 3 or 4 year fully guaranteed contract.
No. 3 years.
Kirk wasn't there yet.
No, Kirk was still in Washington, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Kirk was there then. Kirk was in
Minnesota. No, Kirk was in Minnesota.
He's in Minnesota.
He's in Minnesota.
He's in Minnesota.
So then they're not drafting Jordan Love. That's for sure.
Why not? We had Green Bay had Aaron Rodgers and did.
Yeah, Jordan. They had no problem.
Right, but I think Kirk Cousins would have seen that as a bigger threat.
He would have.
Jordan Love as a bigger threat because of his situation with Robert.
And he's not as good as Aaron Rodgers. So I should do quarterback. Have one. Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Dang.
Okay.
You moved him up to shake it up.
Okay.
So I'm with New England.
23, the Chargers.
The Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers. 23.
Yeah, 23.
I see Patriots with the 23rd. Yeah, I thought the Chargers were the 23rd pick.
The Chargers are.
I mean, Patriots. But the Patriots were the 23rd pick. Oh, dang.
I think they traded. Did they trade up or something?
Yeah,
I see
it's a
Kenneth
trade.
Murray for the Chargers.
Yeah, so it was a Charger. They got Kenneth Murray. We looking at it on ESPN. They have the final. It's real easy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
Here's my thing with the Chargers during that time. Every year they was getting, and when they made the playoffs, they got burnt in the air.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Jeff Okudah.
Hurt.
I need a quarterback. They didn't shut down. I understand he wasn't on. We see how he is now, but from how he was at OSU, picking him at that time, I definitely would have picked him up because I'm in New England. I'm playing against Patrick Mahomes. I'm playing against Denver. I'm playing against the Ravens.
But the point of this, I thought, was we're working from the position of what we know now, and so to help what we would have did then. So you're gonna take a cornerback that got hurt back then, now knowing that he's gonna get hurt anyway.
Yeah, because he's not what he was projected to be right now.
Yeah.
True.
So
you're going to say philosophy. You're gonna put a dub for a dub.
That's what said then. That's what said then.
Oh, great heavens.
yeah.
So if that's the case, if that's it, I'm gonna take my pick. And I'm gonna pick up somebody that I end up signing later in J.K. Dobbins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that then. Okay.
I'll live with that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. Lady A.
All right. So we got the Saints. They chose Cesar Ruiz from Michigan. Center. He's still there.
He's good. So,
he's good. He's good to go. However, knowing what we know now, Lloyd Cushenberry. I would choose him.
Lloyd Cushenberry.
I sure would.
I'm thinking you're making his name up. Where did he get drafted?
I am not.
Lloyd Cushenberry. That sounds like
Google him.
That's like some furniture.
Stop that.
He said furniture.
It sounds like a name off of Ed and Eddie.
He's a center?
I'm so serious.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's a center. 2022 draft.
Well, ain't nobody gonna win him. So you can have him.
He was like third round or something.
Yeah, I'm about to say, good thing. I gotta go back and find who
Yeah,
he is.
you gotta
I'm
pull
sorry,
him
I
up.
still ain't found him.
His parents don't even know who he is.
Don't
He
do
should have
that.
got Matt Hennessy.
That is worse.
Right now, though, his performance right now is pretty good. So that's the whole reason why I am choosing him.
Okay. I can dig it.
There he is right
Selected
there.
by the Broncos in the third round.
Running there. He put me in the game.
Oh, he black. Cushenberry black.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
That could be spray tan. That could be.
That is not.
He might got on tights.
He could be working with a secret agent for Russell Wilson to get him into the game. Okay,
And that's not to necessarily shade Ruiz. He is still a good player, but there is someone out there that is better and that was further back in the.
I'm about to say Shane Ruiz has been a pretty good center for he's been a solid.
He's had a couple of little playmaker situations, but you either if I'm going to reselect, I would go with someone who would be better than him.
Okay,
got you. We're back, John. It's your draft. You drafted number 25 for the San Francisco 49ers.
They picked Brandon Ayuk. Honestly, it's hard to improve on that for them. He played meaningful snaps in San Fran. I mean, I think he was a big contributor in their trips to the Super Bowl. I think he was an impact player because heck, we wanted him, except for the fact that he threw his our quarterback under the bus with all his antics, but I think he was solid. You know, obviously it's tragic he got injured last year, but given his body of work, I like Brandon Ayuk. So yeah, I'd leave it as is. Brandon Ayuk.
All right. So said you have the Green Bay Packers next at 26.
That's fine.
Jordan Love was their draft pick. Unfortunately, he's somewhere else playing right now. So who are you selecting?
That's fine. So then, I mean, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and this Aaron Rodgers still there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Aaron Rodgers another target. How about we give him T. Higgins?
T. Higgins is gone.
T. Higgins gone.
T. Higgins is gone.
He went
Said
15.
you be checking it. Said you're the only person on the show be checking out the show while you on the show.
Jerry Judy is still available.
I was trying to do my little homework and swing back around.
Jerry Judy's available. If you're just looking for a receiver.
I thought Jerry Judy still available?
Jerry Judy, that's why T. Higgins ain't available.
That's right. I remember that. That's right. Okay.
I just looked like I was on that.
I don't know why I thought he was still. I don't know why I thought he was still out there.
Nah, you know, pick a master drafter.
Oh my God, he's a master picker too.
Third place. So yeah, okay. I guess it is what it is then. I guess it is what it is, and then we'll go ahead and slide Jerry Judy to the Green Bay Packers. So now he has a pair of targets out there. This is with Devontae out there, and you know he can throw it to either one. Take a pick. Both of them are dangerous. Both of them got elite speed. One's taller than the other. One has better hands. But I mean, he still catch the ball.
All right. So that brings me to number 27 for the Seattle Seahawks. At this point in time, they went with the outside linebacker in Brooks. Is that Jordan spelled differently?
Yeah, Jordan Brooks.
Jordan Brooks, right? He's an outside linebacker. So I'm guessing they still have Bobby Wagner. So here's my school of thought right now: is Patrick Queens is still on the board.
He's dirty, man.
He's an inside linebacker, but I can play him right along Bobby. And when Bobby, you know, if I don't pay him, then I got two bad linebackers. But I got another issue. Here is because I'm looking at this board and I have another one. I have Willie Gay still on the board as well. Willie Gay Jr. is another inside linebacker that I could pair with Bobby Wagner and keep this defense humming. Right now, Al's upset, so that means to let me know that I'm doing a great job here. I'm taking Patrick Queens.
Dang it!
He just petty, man. The boy just petty. The boy was looking at my cheeks, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's all right. I had a backup. I knew you picked. So I had a backup for it.
You see these dogs still on the board?
I had a counter move.
You did. You had one, and I gave you a backup person to go with too, Al.
You ain't give me no backup. I don't want that trash you calling up.
Wow.
Said as another Georgia Bulldog, I have no. I'm sorry, I'm the wrong person. I'm sorry. Patrick Queen is gone.
He gone.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna get Lamar a little help. Give me Michael Pittman.
Okay.
That's a solid wide receiver. That'd probably be his first solid wide receiver that he had.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving it to him.
Cuzzo.
Tennessee. I'm trying to think. What did Tennessee have and what did they need at that time?
Isaiah Wilson out of Georgia. Is that the one that shouldn't have got drafted in the first round?
Yep.
And they were coming off of a very good year.
They still had AJ Brown at the time, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking they still had AJ Brown.
And a quarterback.
Because the thing was they even when they interviewed Kirby Smart told him in so many words he was lazy. He had to stay on him to make him work. And you know, once you get to NFL, you can't do that in the NFL.
You're not self-motivated.
You can't stand on top of somebody in the NFL to make him work. He got the little check and it went to his head.
Yeah.
And so he out of the league.
So I'm gonna do because like I said, I still think that the time that AJ Brown was still with them, right? He was still with Tennessee.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they still had Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They were number one seed. They were the number one seed in the AFC.
That's why they so far back.
Yep.
I'm doing this because I'm not a homer, but I am doing this because I think with the way they tried to use him,
wasn't right.
He definitely would have been a fixture. Give me Gibson, Antonio Gibson.
Wide receiver.
Antonio Gibson want to play for the Commanders?
Yep. Wide receiver.
He's a Patriot now.
But they would change him over to be a running back.
You gonna sit there and say
so be a change of pace.
And you make that pick. You gonna say
I'm playing to win.
That pick.
I'm playing to win.
He ain't good. Antonio Gibson ain't good. That dude never met a
I'm not.
with a bubble.
I'll put it this way: I'm looking at 5. I'm looking at 5 years from now. From 5 years from when I pick him. Now, even in New England, he had a good game.
He's not a first rounder.
Even in New England, if you look at him now when he played in New England, he still had good games.
It's 5 years and he's still not a first rounder. Into 1 year, and he's not a first rounder. Antonio Gibson.
Yes, I'm going Antonio Gibson.
I do agree that the Commanders did not utilize him in the proper way.
Poor.
Yes.
I do agree with that part. I do. They did not use him properly.
Yes. He was utilized as a player on the team.
Why am I highlighted?
That was improper.
Because I tried to catch you when he said Antonio Gibson, and you was just looking like.
Antonio Gibson was improperly on the team. That's how we.
Well, I'm gonna say this though, like it's unfortunate because I've met him and he's a really good
a cool
guy.
person.
He really is, and that's why I said it's rather
unfortunate. At any elementary school you pick.
Stop that. I said that's why I said it's unfortunate. See, it's how you say it, John. It's how you say it.
Okay, Lady A, who are you taking with the 30th pick?
Absolutely not.
For the Miami Dolphins?
No, absolutely not. Okay, so Miami chose Noah, and I do not want to mess up his last name.
Igbenogany.
I'm not going with
Igbenogany. Don't believe nothing.
Don't mess up my name. And I don't know.
It's Noah Igbenogany.
See, this
one. All right. I would just like to point out that not only was my grandfather Nigerian, but I was born in West Africa. It's Igbenogany.
Okay, I got you. Noah Igbenogany.
So Igbenogany.
No, wow. Y'all are horrible. That's why everybody.
That's why y'all ain't going to the Super Bowl ever again. That right there.
Ooh. Ooh. Can he get fined for that?
All right.
What? For speaking the truth?
So just put it out there. Noah not considered a good.
I love it.
Yeah, Noah wasn't a good draft pick. It's well known. So who would I choose instead of Noah? So it's very clear they needed a corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with CJ Henderson.
Okay. Still the first round. He just fell a little bit. I ain't wrong with that.
All right, so CJ Henderson. Okay, so our last 2 picks are coming up. So that's going to be John and Said.
All right, ready for me?
Yep.
No, you're not. Okay, so anyway, so the Minnesota Vikings picked Jeff Gladney, who only played 1 season before being released after being indicted for domestic violence.
Yep.
Now, he was found not guilty. And this is a sad story because he signed with the Cardinals and ended up, after he was cleared, he signed with the Cardinals, he ended up dying tragically in a car crash.
Oh, wow.
So, now, he's a cornerback. Right, so he's a cornerback. Yeah, exactly. So he's a cornerback. So I just decided to go ahead and replace him with another DB, and I picked Jeremy Chin. Rescue him from Carolina.
Who's that?
Jeremy Chin.
Jeremy Chin's a safety.
I said DB.
Yeah, you said DB.
That's fine. He's a good player.
So I thought about going with Van Jefferson because you took, I forgot who did it, but the Vikings actually had Justin Jefferson at the 22nd pick, but one of y'all took him. I think it was you, Al.
Yep.
Took him. So I thought about putting Van Jefferson there, but that definitely ain't no replacement. And Jerry Judy's also gone. So I just went ahead and said, let's just give him a DB because that's what they picked. So
he got talent. He got talent.
To close out our mock draft, our redraft of the 2025 season. I'm sorry, the 2020 season. 5 years later, we're drafting it in 2025. Is the one and only, say it with all the facts, Carter. Let's go.
With that being said, the 32nd pick in the 2020 draft by the Kansas City Chiefs, whose Clyde Edwards-Helaire has already gone. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bless him with a wide receiver that did very, very good, and they can steal it from their arch rival. Let me give them Gabriel Davis.
Okay.
Speedy, has decent hands, just on the bad squad because the quarterback to run the ball all the time. And he played 4 years. He played 4 years with Buffalo, and then he signed last year with Jacksonville.
Okay.
I'm surprised that A.J. Dillon is still on the board.
I'm not. Running backs, man, you know, other than Cuzzo trying to set my Cowboys up with Edwards-Helaire. You know,
I set your boys up for victory. I don't know. Y'all scrounging as is. Look, y'all could have had something decent.
You did.
Y'all could have had something nice.
I hate you saying Sloman.
And Trayvon Diggs is still on the board.
Yeah.
Right, as a corner, he's still on the board. It's a couple of good corners, and people still are. So you see how now that we look back at it, where some people shouldn't have went, and some people should have went. I like this exercise. Maybe we got to do it again next year for the 2021 class. That'll be decided, by the panel here. If we do it again, I thought it was fun during this draft season. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It is actually absolutely harder than what you would think. Now, let me tell you about Tuesday's show. All right. So y'all know that free agency and the legal intent, free agency NFL teams are able to sign their own players right now, but the legal tampering period starts on Monday. So we should have a flurry of information. So when we get a lot of information, it's only right that we go get C. Wall to come on the show on Tuesday to break it all down for us and let us know what the Commanders are doing. Of course, we're going to go around the league and see what else is going on in the NFL, but we're also going to bring you our bracket, our March Madness sports movie bracket. Just to give you guys a little bit of a peek, I'm going to name a couple of the movies that they just might be honorable mention because I'm not sure where they're going to land on the draft and what the panel is going to do. I can't make decisions for everyone, right? But I'm just going to give you a couple of them, okay? King Richard, Talladega Nights, Sunset Park, We Are Marshall, The Little Giants, right? Just some of the movies. And there are plenty more to decide here. I mean, we still got movies like Any Given Sunday, Varsity Blues, The Mighty Ducks, Dodgeball, right? Jerry Maguire, Slapshot, Happy Gilmore. We are all over the place with this. Loving basketball. Hey, John, just for you, Bloodsport.
I told you my pick was Ali.
Yeah.
Ali's on there. Don't worry.
Yeah. So we got a great show. Make sure y'all tune in with us on Tuesday, and then we'll be back again on Saturday to clean up some more of our March Madness bracket and go around the league again and talk some more sports with you. Y'all know what we do. This is First String Podcast. We do appreciate y'all. Thank you, John, for this topic right here. That's why you came on. Thank you, Cuzzo, for joining us on this show. Is he frozen?
I think so.
Is he frozen again, man? He just sitting there with
a smile, too.
Right. And on a high note, man.
He frozen like said.
There you go.
He's frozen sometimes. Look at
Hey, hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait. One of them. I just heard him pop in.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
We'll see which one is coming.
He's coming back in.
Let me come back on here again.
He back.
There we go. All right. Said you're not frozen, man. The fan is moving. Said, did we cover everything?
Hit it all.
We did. All right, Al, you got any last words for the Cowboys?
Man, we're all in again. Whatever that means, man.
Okay.
And we didn't touch on Xavier Worthy getting. Oh, y'all might have. I was here in the first part. Xavier Worthy getting arrested today, man. Last night.
Yeah, sad.
For family domestic violence, which
Charges got dropped.
They got dropped. So it must have been somebody must have said something wrong in their house. He wasn't like he hitting his wife or his girlfriend. Somebody, one of them cousins, that came off the mouth real slick.
Hold on, wait.
In his place. I gave that little joke.
These are speculations.
That joke a little money.
These are
speculations. Slick out the mouth, so I had to slap him in his jaw.
These are all speculations, guys.
OGs of the DMV.
This is Alvin's speculation.
I'm just telling you what like happened. He said it was
hey, listen,
family domestic violence for restraint, which means he was choking somebody out.
Deacon. What's up, Deacon?
Deacon, I'm about to send you the
Light Skin Hall of Fame.
I'm about to send you the link, Deacon, because I need your help. I need your help, Deacon. I need your help. All right.
Deacon said he was in the Light Skin Hall of Fame. I'm not making.
Are you ready? All right, here we go. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First thing podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell him, say it.
The dogs. Raise hell.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all gotta go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. 'Cause it's time for the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the first string podcast show. Imagine talking sports, having fun with the fam. At a starting lineup, first string is what you have. An entertaining stream with the Pro Bowl cash. When the viewers chime in, they gon' answer what you ask. Representing for the Queens, yeah, we got Lady A. A super knowledgeable woman who can break down any play. Said from the South, so he read GA. The Falcons, the Bulldogs, the whole Peach State. Drunk Uncle Al, only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gon' be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in.